Dragons of Tarkir is out for a few weeks now, and the hype has safely died down to the point where we can evaluate the set fairly. And we should be fair. It is a fairly good set. Is it perfect? Far from it. While the Sultai no longer have anything as fun as Delve, their mechanic is decent enough. The harmonized mechanic for the Timur clan is far less powerful than its general ramp abilities, courtesy of containing the combination of blue and green and its general strength at mana ramping. There is good removal in the set. There are no ridiculous mechanics like top speed or whatever that garbage was called, and no extra cards like dungeons or day and night or temptation of the rings or whatever else. This should be cause to celebrate. And yet, as the novelty of the set wears off, one realizes that this is it. It's over. This is the end of Magic until next year, assuming that the new Lorwyn Eclipse set isn't flooded with woke bullshit and social justice cancer. Yes, so-called wokeness is in retreat. Donald Trump is president again, which has inspired thousands of white men to join the army to die fighting Iran, all according to plan. That's irrelevant to Wizards of the Coast, though, who have been flooding their games with social justice LGBT bullshit since the first Tarkir set. Remember Alicia, who smiles at death? Given her demographic suicide rate, that sort of honorific might be darkly ironic. It's okay, though. She's dead now. The stupid dragon time travel bullshit from Fate Reforged is gone, and the plane now has a cool mix of dragons and khans and clans. And yet, we are going to leave it, because that block structure is gone now. Another thing that Tarkir ended. In so many ways, this Oriental-themed set was the beginning of so much of Magic's descent into complete shit, at least compared to its former self. Tarkir, for many, was the epitome of new Magic when it came out. Yet now, 10 years later, it seems positively benign and laden with sentimental value. Is this what life is? Nostalgia for that which you once found worthy of loathing and pointlessly newfangled? Will we feel that way about crap like Neon Dynasty or Ether Drift in another 10 years? I don't think so. Tarkir at least was fantasy, and it had strong aesthetics and themes. Hell, even this new set does a decent job of preserving that. And what do we have to look forward to next? Final Fantasy slop, Spider-Man slop, and Edge of Eternity, which is hard not to imagine as some cartoonish space bullshit that would make a Douglas Adams book look serious. Christ, this is sad. Even for a children's card game, this is artless. The rest of the year will be a game for men with less than 300 nanograms of testosterone in their blood. Why is this? Even Flesh and Blood is adding little girl anime-looking characters to its game and other weeb shit, or doing a pirate-themed set, apparently, in the campiest way possible. We'll talk about that later. For now, though, it is important to remark, Tarkir Dragonstorm is a good set. The story is shit, but we stopped giving a fuck about the story the moment that retarded stuffed animal became a main character, and even before that, the moment that the Phyrexian War resulted in exactly 0 long-term consequences, at least any that are evident to people who aren't complete, unfuckable virgins who memorize the side story of every single side character and recite it to anyone who will listen in a vain attempt to justify the time they wasted reading this middle school tier creative writing. And it really is. Magic used to have printed novels that were half-decently written. Now we get low-effort serials where nothing happens, and even listening to them as an audiobook on YouTube during a drive to work or back is barely worth it. Silence would almost be preferable, but the world is well made. The factions are likable. It is funny that they chose for orcs and goblins to be part of the tribe representing the Mongolian hordes, as if they haven't had enough issues lately with comparing fantasy races to real-world ones. And yet, we haven't heard hardly anything about that. Not like we did with the Avishkar controversy. Maybe Wizards finally realized that this is their last chance to keep any of their original fans. They knew that they couldn't fuck this up just to satisfy some vacuous fuckstain on Twitter who just took a 23 and me test and wants to make the most of his $99 expenditure. Likely, that is an entire weekly salary for some of these worthless burnouts. So Wizards of the Coast did a good job this time. But the rest of the year, for Magic the Gathering, will be shit, and likely most of next year as well. Even if they change course, they have done such damage to Magic's lore that some other major event will be necessary. The last 6 years, arguably 10, have been an awful stain on the game's lore and mechanical identity as well. Perhaps they can reverse course. More likely, it is too late.